Hi, let's get started on my second surgery. So my second surgery was when I was 3 months old through 6 months old, and it was a bilateral hip dysplasia. And the bilateral means both of my hips. Hip dysplasia is usually just one, but it was both of them. And basically, I had two different body casts, one for a month and a half, and the other one was a month and a half. First one was pink, second one was purple, if you care to know. As for what the problem was, basically my hip joints were not in their sockets. They were constantly grinding and just not rowing smoothly. So with the purpose of the cast, it was to kind of fuse, but naturally fuse my hips back into place. So the hips pushed my joints into their sockets, and just slowly as I grew, because I was 3 months old, they stayed and actually formed in their sockets instead of growing further out of them. And with it, me being 3 months old, my entire lower half of my body was casted. So they had to cut a hole so I could go to the bathroom in the cast. And with it being a cast, obviously those are not very comfortable. So they had to do a thing called moleskin, and it's like this padding that they put in the cast so it wouldn't hurt me as much. And my parents would have to they couldn't really put a diaper on me, so they would have to shove a diaper in my cast and then take it out, and then also swap out the moleskin because there's a lot of moisture and stuff. And that was partly of the reason of me having to get two separate casts, because having that much moisture and not being able to fully be cleaned properly, it can cause a lot of infections or issues. So it was just like a sanitary reason. When I got my second cast off at 6 months old, took off the cast and realized my leg wasn't going down. So my leg was paralyzed in the air, and we called it my chicken leg. And it was just stuck for months. And we went to the doctors. We went to so many doctors. They had no idea. They had no idea what was wrong with me. We did scans and dye scans and MRIs, and nobody knew. And the doctor's like, she has to live with it. We don't know what's wrong. And my mom, not tolerating that, did so much research and did everything she could. And one day, while still paralyzed, my mom was doing research, and she stumbled upon a thing with athletes called frozen shoulder, where their shoulders joints get stuck and they paralyzed, and it's like a whole reaction thing. And knee joint, hip joint, whatever, my leg was similar to frozen shoulder. So she was doing the exercises that they recommended that they do on their frozen shoulder, and one day as she's doing them, she just hears my leg pop. I don't even know how loud it was. And she thought she broke a bone. She snapped my leg in half, and she starts freaking out, and she's looking at me, and I'm just chilling. I don't mind. I'm not crying. I'm not anything. So she's looking, and she's realizing, oh my god, I could finally move my leg. So the exercises had worked, and my leg was fully functional again. I could extend it, all of it. And she went to the doctor. Was like, I fixed her. You did nothing, as I usually don't. And they were like, wow, never would have thought of that. And I'm like, last but not least, in the whole process of the 3 months of bullshit, while we were trying to do all the research to get my leg unstuck, they did all these scans and MRIs and all that, trying to figure out what was wrong. In the process, they were like, where's her kidney? They found one kidney, but the other kidney, in a spot it was supposed to be, wasn't there. So they went looking around, and no kidney. Couldn't find it. Nowhere to be seen. Went on vacation. So they're like, she only got one kidney. Sorry. Went looking for one thing, found another. Story of my life. Finding out I had one kidney. Just wait till later videos. I'm still pissed about this. They had to stop and not be able to do a lot of certain medications for my pain and stuff because they didn't want to risk damaging the one kidney that I did have. So while I'm going through all this, I'm in double the pain that I should be because I can't take certain medication. And later on, because of my kidney and because of my heart condition, which again will be another video, I wasn't allowed to play sports, and I wanted more than anything to play soccer, and no kidney, so I couldn't risk it. And you know, my leg getting paralyzed, only one kidney, being in cast for 3 months. It was a great time. I do still have hip issues, and I do grind once in a while. They are, you know, they come out of place once in a while, but for the most part they're doing their job. But I, you know, to be able to say that I had it personally, I think it's very cool. And as far as I know, if my hips are in good condition, they shouldn't like need any further surgeries in the future or anything. Thank you for listening, watching. Can't wait for the next one.